Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
and growing
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
We are currently at CoHarbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful
Love it.
place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about CoHarbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes, but some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them, like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and Melinda Joy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Coworking, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous, yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at CoHarbor. And you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that CoHarbor offers.
Yes. Well, their membership starts at $25 on up, and that gets them 24/7 access to a beautiful, gorgeous space. And not only that, Frank, you know what they have?
What?
Amazing pour-over coffee, which all of my friends love, and I love the tea. They have hot tea, and they have iced coffee, and they have sparkling water, all the things. It's so beautiful here, so come and check them out.
Well, come down and join us at Corporate and Tech Center Drive. Beautiful location over here. You can't miss us. We're sponsored by the great Joshua Geary with Crescio. And Joshua just won Hispanic Rising Professional of the Year. Yay! He's been with us so long, and he is really produces and helps us with this show.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Crescio.
Yes, so Crescio, they offer pay what you can consultations, and they specialize in not only just Chat GPT, but they will work with your business to help you get sustainable and then leave and leave you successful. Their goal is not to stay with you forever. Their goal is to keep you moving with excellence.
Indeed. And AI is the rage right now. Joshua is an expert in AI, and he and his team can help you navigate the sometimes scary road of AI and what's happening, and deliver work with you that you won't have to worry about all the myths about AI. They know how it works for you. And what I do love, Lisa, about Crescio is the pay what you can consultations to the underserved southeast sector of our city, reaching out and trying to help people.
Absolutely. So check them out at Crescio.com.
Indeed. We're sponsored by Brandon Kirk from Planet Duct.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, and his 3 children are just incredible. I know them personally.
Me too.
We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years, been married to, what is his wife's name? Gava?
And she's a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well.
They do. And he loves Star Wars. So if you're into that scene, give Brandon a call. He loves Star Wars, all things Star Wars-y.
Yes,
Yeah.
Not only that, but he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town. They do have the strongest vacuums in Colorado,
Indeed.
which will help you get amazing air quality for your home.
Indeed. They find all kinds of stuff in our vent systems. They've done my house as well, and so many of my friends.
Yeah.
They really are the cream of the crop when it comes to duct cleaning.
They are.
And one last thing, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So make sure to look them up because they are
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Yes, they are.
We are sponsored by the lovely, incredible Karen Butcher with Westco Insurance.
Yes, Karen is an amazing insurance agent doing home, casualty, all these different types of insurance. And here's the deal. She has some of the same customers that she had when she started 24 years ago. They're still engaging her this many years later, which means she has to have some incredible customer service and some attentive skills. Right?
To include me.
And me.
She's helped me a lot over the years.
She's incredible.
So we really appreciate Karen Butcher and all the wisdom and savviness that she has in the insurance industry. So check her out, Karen Butcher, Westco Insurance.
Please. Yeah, welcome to the Be Encouraged Show with Frank.
And Lisa.
We're so glad that you join us on Mondays and align with us in our goal of infusing hope and encouragement throughout the world.
That's right. We are now offering 2 free guests on our show every single Monday from 11 to 12 or 12 to 1 Mountain Standard Time. But we also have an amazing new venture that we've started this year, Frank.
Indeed. We have the free hug campaign that's starting that Lisa and I are going to go out in community, offer free hugs. Hugs have medicinal value that's really, really strong, and we want to use that to help humans.
Absolutely. And we are also going around the world on live Instagrams. So our ask of you is, if you know of any amazing business owners out in other countries or across the nation, please introduce them to us at lisa@beencouraged.net.
Yeah, make sure that you Email her. Yes, and she'll get it done for us, and we'll make sure that we highlight your business. You know, really the value of this is exposure. We get the opportunity to expose your business to our growing audience and get so that you can be seen and people can engage your business.
And we do offer sponsorship levels starting at $50 on up. So depending on how much marketing you have in your budget, we would love to help you get maximum exposure both on our website as well as our show.
Indeed. We love humans here at the Be Encouraged show. And the reason we exist is to create value for you.
The real value of sponsoring our show is joining us on our mission to infuse hope and encouragement throughout the world.
Aligning missional values is very important to us, and we are looking for businesses that align with us and our values and what we're trying to give out to the world.
Yes, this is about social impact, Frank.
Indeed. We know how important that is in this community and around the world. So join us in our mission to create social impact for your business.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on the show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 300
Welcome to the Be Encouraged Show. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
We are like full housing today, guys, right? Yeah, with the Scrapman brothers and the incredible Kirk man.
Yes.
So we are excited, Lisa, about being here. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Okay.
We surprised our producer, though, to have 3 guests versus 2.
Right.
But this is going to be fun.
Well, Joshua, nothing surprises him.
Yes,
You're
I
right,
know.
you're right.
He's had us.
Hey, we're the Be Encouraged Show, guys, and we provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and create a positive impact in the Colorado Springs community. We're joining you live in Colorado Springs with some wonderful guests today. And if you want to join us internationally, all you got to do is go to our website and select International via Instagram, and you can join us live from anywhere in the world.
Yes, so today's show is sponsored by KO Photography and The Hive. So thank you for that. You can get KO Photography is where storytelling meets fine art portraits.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Whether you're building a brand, celebrating your family, or honoring the life of a beloved pet, KO Photography creates meaningful artwork that lasts for generations. So visit KO Photography, that's KOH photography.com, to learn more and check out the flyer that we provided you all. And Brandon, she'll do chickens too.
Oh.
So I'm just saying, his wife is a chicken queen.
Yes, she is.
Yes, indeed. And today's show is also sponsored by The Hive. It is a platform connecting purpose-driven entrepreneurs with mentors who help accelerate their next breakthrough. The Hive matches bold visions with the operational expertise they need to succeed. For award-winning business owners like me, it's access to seasoned professionals who understand growing a business with purpose. Visit The Hive on LinkedIn and check out the flyer that we gave to you guys today, because The Hive. Does that stand for something? H-I-V-E?
Yeah, helping inspire visionaries everywhere.
Oh.
Helping inspired visionaries everywhere. I like
that.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
slick.
Yeah, we have the owner sitting in with us today, and I can't wait to talk to you about The Hive later on, my friend. That's so awesome. Who got ladies?
All right. So I'm super excited. Our panel host today is Mr. Brandon Kirk. And for the two of you that don't know him, he is the founder and division manager of Planet Duct in Colorado Springs. He's also a former defense contractor with a degree in project management. An entrepreneur, mentor, author, and speaker. He was named 2021 Small Businessperson of the Year. His company earned the 2023 BBB Summit Award and was a 2024 finalist for Social Impact Business of the Year.
What do you do in your spare time?
Yeah.
Raise chickens.
Raise chickens.
Let me introduce you to the Scrapman twins here. Ben is the owner of Carpet Care, Creative Carpet Care Restoration, and also
Ameridrive.
Ameridrive as well. Yes.
Correct.
So Ben is a husband, has 2 children, he and his beautiful bride.
Yes.
He has been around in business in this community for, I think, 14 years now?
Almost 17.
17
Wow.
years
Yes.
now.
Long time.
Since he was 7.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was a child prodigy.
Yeah.
And his businesses were both named Best in the Springs this year as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah. You're very welcome, Ben. We're glad.
Thank
His
you.
brother Brad is beside him. He's the manager at Creative Carpet Care and Restoration since 2010. So for 15 years, man, work with your brother that long?
Yeah, that's
you poor thing.
impressive.
No
You
arguments.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just check. Born in Nebraska and a huge Nebraska Cornhusker fan. Has a bachelor's degree in business administration. He loves golfing and being the favorite uncle.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Aren't you the only uncle?
Well, we'll have to bring that.
So you're not married?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't
He's not
realize
married.
Yeah.
that. Are you divorced?
I'm married.
Or never married?
Single.
Never married. Wow.
Yeah, still looking.
Yeah. Hey, my sister's the same way. Never married, still looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the good
I
stuff.
thought he said never married and good looking. He looks like me.
Sorry, bud. It's like me.
How old are your kids?
7. I got a daughter, Elizabeth. She's 7, and then Josh just turned 2. So 7 and 2.
Yeah, just met your wife for the first time the other day.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a cookout there, and I mean, they drew a lot of humans that came by to stop
Absolutely.
by. Yeah, yeah.
At your business?
Yeah, we did a referral networking party for our
fun.
referral partners, and it was a good old time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Kurt, let's start with you, man. You're in transition recently. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about Planet Duct and the recent transition for you?
Yeah, so recently, and I was in negotiations for about a year on this deal. We built Planet Duct up really big, and I got an offer from a much larger company here in town, Smith Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
There's no
The pink trucks you
pink
see
trucks,
driving around
yeah.
with
the lady on it.
Ava
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're now part of them, which is great. And because we've got a large umbrella around us, I don't have to worry about stuff like HR. I don't have to worry about payroll or any of I don't have to worry about marketing, any of that stuff anymore. All I do is work with my team, get them out in the field, make sure that their work is the way it needs to be, and then I'll go out and of course do commercial bids and stuff because that's what I specialize in. So I get to do all the fun, enjoyable stuff now, and I don't have to do the mundane things that are boring and tedious. So it's been a really nice transition for me to step back and say, okay, I don't have to have the burdens that come with ownership, but I still have enough autonomy that I can do what I want.
Right.
So it's
Right. Well,
it's
you
been
built
really
that
awesome.
enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be kind of ridiculous for them not to recognize that you have your finger on the pulse of the movement of that business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why it took a long time to come to an agreement.
Yeah.
For me, because I like certain things I'm not willing to give up control over. I'm
Yeah.
not going to give up control of responding to the reviews from the customer and stuff like that because I'm very hands-on when it comes to that.
Right. Right.
And I mean, you can't make everyone happy,
No.
but if you handle people right, you can turn what we call a crybaby into a cheerleader if you handle them correctly.
Yeah.
And that's, don't get defensive about the review, handle it appropriately and, figure out, hey, what can we do to make your experience better? And some people, you can do that with. Some people, you can't please them no matter what you do.
Right.
And I'm like, peace out, yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I'm more about my peace and not giving away my energy to people who just won't respect it. So
Yeah.
you just cut those people loose and you move on and concentrate on those who really matter.
Yeah.
So is Planet Duct branding going away?
No.
Okay, so it's because they're still out in community, but you guys are still out in community.
Yeah. So
Okay.
no, Planet Duct branding will remain Planet Duct.
Cool.
And there's a firewall between the companies. So we have our database of clients. They have their database. They don't really mix that much. So yeah, we're still going to keep the brand because what we've discovered is no matter what industry you're in any given market, you're never going to get more than 20% of the market share
No.
operating under a single brand.
That's smart.
However, if you're operating under multiple brands like you guys
Yeah.
are, you can rise above that 20% market share because you're more out there and you've got multiple channels and multiple revenue streams.
And
So-
referral screens.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
indeed, yeah.
And you guys are awesome referral partners, right, with Brandon?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'd say more so on the carpet side, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, we don't touch commercial
ducting systems at all. So if I ever get a call, I definitely just refer him over to Brandon because that's where he excels and we don't.
Yeah.
So
Right.
But recognizing that. Right?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
We know where we fit, and
Yeah.
we want to stick to what we're good at, and
Yeah.
we don't want to cross boundaries where we're not fitting in.
Right.
So.
Well, he does have the most powerful vacuum
Yes, yeah,
trucks.
I mean, yeah. And send out Mars
space.
in space.
Yeah, and I like these guys because, I mean, for years when I had hydro clean and I did carpet cleaning and restoration, these guys were one of my biggest competitors. And, But, I mean, it's because they had such a good name in the community.
They do.
And they're
That's
so
right.
well respected.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, and they're not just, I mean, they're good business people, and they're the kind of business people. Even though when we were competing, we would never talk bad about each other
Right.
because we recognize there's enough business in this community for all of us, and there's no
Exactly.
need to do it. If you need to do that, you don't belong in business.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah, well, we're very fortunate today, Lisa, that we have 3 men in here that know how to create raving fans.
Yes.
Right, and
Very
that's really
exciting.
the heartbeat of creating business. So Ben, tell us a little bit, because we really, I don't know if people, there's at least 7 people in our community that don't know how you got started here. So
Right,
how
right.
you get started?
So, when we started in the carpet cleaning business, I bought Creative Carpet Care in October of 2008. My parents were partners with 2 other owners, and if you were in business, you know what 2008 brought.
Oh,
It
yeah.
brought trouble, so, right?
Big time, yeah.
I was going to college at that time and figured out, college isn't for me. I didn't
Right.
like to sit and learn that much in that space. So I used part of my student loan to buy Creative Carpet Care at that time.
Oh, smart.
And really took off working 3 full-time jobs at that time too to keep things going. Now young and at that time I thought I could play Xbox and the phone would ring because it was existing business. Now, learned the hard way. Especially with 2008, right?
Right.
Everybody saved wherever they could. So from that experience and working 3 jobs, it was just grind it out, keep grinding it out until I was able to punch through with our customer service and get to another area which I really love and help people on a greater scale, which is restoration. And that's where we really thrive.
How did you know, though, that was the business that you wanted to do? Were you just searching for a business and you accidentally landed on it, or
The carpet business?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an opportunity, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. So that's the opportunity arose, and I just kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
Kind of ran with it. I was so nervous when I bought the company. I rear-ended somebody because I was shaking so hard. Luckily, they had good insurance. But no, honestly, it was. I think by fate, it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
And just kind of ran with it with hard work since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of years later, Brad, you came in and joined. Why?
I just saw a good opportunity. I always wanted to own my own business, basically, and this was the closest thing to it at the time. And I'm very structure oriented. Ben is more like go, go, go.
Uh-huh.
And so, just with our backgrounds, we really figured out how to work together.
Yeah.
And then obviously multiple business coaches. And,
Right.
it just steered us in the right directions and met the right people within the community, and that's really helped.
But you got, I gotta
really
ask
helps.
this, Lisa, because you guys don't own your specialness enough, right? So this,
The Stratman brothers.
Yeah, I'm gonna own it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can borrow it until you get your own.
Yeah.
Right.
Sign here.
You're welcome.
Because there is nowhere in this city that you can go to anyone that has interaction with you that speaks negatively.
Right.
You know, I know this city, right?
Yeah, you
42
just do.
years I've been here. I know this city. How do you guys create that? I mean, what is that? Is that just a Nebraska nice or
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, we're trying to turn everybody to Husker fans. No, no. I think what it is just treat people how you want to be treated is what it comes down to, whether it's business or life. And I think that's kind of what we shared with each other growing up. Is like, well, that was a little different growing up, but.
We'll have to unpack that.
But yeah, I mean, just treat people how you want to be treated. And we think that with business partners like Brandon and all the other people in our industry and outside of our industry. And I think just at least giving advice and taking criticism really helps out, and sharing that helps spread the word in a positive way. So I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but
You have anything to add to that, Brad?
Yeah, I mean, we just beat each other up so much, we finally got along. That basically happened. You know? Nice and sensitive to each other.
So which one's the oldest?
I am by 2 minutes.
I had to kick
Okay.
him out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gave him the boot.
I did.
it was a suffocation.
Yeah, your parents are still together, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause I can feel a background of real unity and
Yeah.
things, being raised the right way and et cetera. You know, how much of that do you think goes into the way that you do business today?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
My dad was an entrepreneur. Mom always worked 3 jobs, so we always saw him working. Never had a day off, and we know what it took, and we still do.
Yeah.
Like Brandon,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's some long hours, long days, but you eventually get through it.
You do.
And
You do.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely worth it. The impact that you can make on the community is worth it to me.
Sure, absolutely.
And no siblings, it's just you two?
Oh, we have an older sister,
Oh, okay.
a couple year and a half older, roughly.
Is she here as well?
She is. She just
So-
moved here from Illinois.
Did you all just take a pill and say, let's go to Colorado? Random. All together, or did you guys?
We grew up in Colorado Springs. My dad moved us here in 1990.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we've been here for a while.
Yeah.
We're basically natives at this point.
Yeah, you are.
Not
But-
quite 42 years, but we're close.
Not quite 40 years, but
Not quite. We're getting there.
Yeah, I got here as soon as I could. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon, I tell you, man, your business goes before you. You are recognized as one of the great leaders in this community.
Yes.
I mean, you really are, my friend, right? And you have really poured. What created that heart of social impact that you make in our community? Because you always seem to be willing to give back to someone and help people out.
I just, obviously, I've had a great life, but I've also had a lot of struggles, and I know what it's like to suffer. You know, I know what it's like to, be scraping by. And if I can make it easier for somebody else so that they don't have to have it as hard, then, if I have it within me to be able to do it, if I'm in a position to, then I can, I can help people.
Did you have someone do that for you before?
Oh yeah, so many people.
Yeah.
I was raised by 2 Marines.
Oh my.
Yeah. 25-year combat veterans, and basically, you embrace what's hard, you get through it. We call it embrace the suck. When things suck, you embrace it, you push through, and then you get to the other side as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
And you don't leave a man behind. You take other people with you. It's not all about you.
You know, something unpacked a couple of years ago where you started telling a story in community, right? About not that too distant past where some things you go through. You feel comfortable sharing?
Oh, yeah.
Would you share some of that? I think that would be so powerful for our audience if you shared.
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest changes over the last several years was I and I didn't realize how bad it was. I mean, you've seen me at my best and my worst, and I had a massive anger problem. And my wife left me. She's like, I'm gone. And I came home, she was gone, my dog was gone, my daughter was gone, a lot of money taken out of the bank account. And I was like, oh, where'd she go? And she said, I'm done, I filed for divorce. I can't deal with your anger anymore. Now, people get it wrong. I didn't put hands on anybody.
No, you didn't.
Do that.
No.
But it doesn't take that. Sometimes it's a look. Sometimes it's the tone of your voice that can hurt as much as a fist.
Yes.
And she left. I was like, oh, the whole reason I was doing everything was to, support my family. And now it's like gone. It's like, wow. So immediately I'm like, I called some friends. I'm like, hey, I need some help. I'm like, where do I get help? I got into counseling, started doing yoga, got on medication, which was amazing. I had no idea that, the medication just mellowed me out so much. It was like stuff that would set me off. I don't even care.
Yeah.
And what I learned is that my anger was really coming from a place of fear. I was like, I feared anything that would jeopardize my security, anything that could cause me to go bankrupt, anything that could cause me to become homeless again, anything that could, cause me to lose everything, because we've lost everything before. And anything that would do that would set me off, and I would go into a rage. And I would just, whoever caused it would get torn down verbally, emotionally. And it's like I was standing outside myself, watching myself, but I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah, and you were like, who is this? What is happening right now?
And then even when it's over, I was like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, once I learned where my anger was coming from, I was that right there, understanding, hey, this is a fear response.
Yes.
I'm not really not angry. I'm afraid.
Yes.
And once I understood that, I was able to beat it.
Well, so tell us, as a child, being raised from Marines, and they're sometimes extra harsh too. Did you experience that as a child?
Not really them being harsh. They didn't take excuses.
Yeah.
And discipline came, and after discipline, after you were disciplined, then you got the explanation as to why.
Oh, okay.
And that's pretty much how it was. It was, we knew what was expected.
Yes.
But, the greatest thing about my dad and my stepdad, I just lost my stepdad 2 weeks ago.
Oh, sorry.
They teach you what kind of man you want to be, both by the things that you admire about them, and the things when we begin to see their faults. Okay, this is what I want to pattern my life after. This is what I do not want to pattern my life after. You take that combination and decide who you're going to be.
Yes.
And so, I at this point though, I honestly don't have regrets.
Yeah.
I don't have any
That's
regrets
what
about
made
it.
you the man you are.
Yes.
I've had an amazing life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mental health is so important, and not many people talk about it as openly as you do. So thank you for sharing your story, and those adult triggers, back when you were homeless, and that is a real thing, and for you to be able to now identify it, because you put in the work. And I'm cheating here because I know you, and you went to therapy and you did all the work, which is so powerful for your family, because you saved your marriage, you saved your relationship with your adult children, and that is so huge, and that's your world.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I've got an amazing marriage.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I wish all those years, I wish it could have been this good.
Yeah.
But if it hadn't been that bad, you wouldn't know what this good is.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
And I know you. Thank you. I know your bride, and I am so glad. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were Me Too moments,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. Now, what you gotta say?
Yeah. Top that.
I'll just say that's an incredible story, and it's amazing that you're in this position you are now to overcome that, because just not only being a business owner, but balancing the life business, I think it's something I struggle with for sure. But because all we do is grind all the time, and then sometimes put the family on the back burner, because it's like, I'm doing it for you guys, but I know you want to see me.
Yes.
You know, so for you to say something and get that out there in the open, it's a real thing with, I think, most marriages for business owners, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially entrepreneurs, it is not an easy road, and to have your spouse be understanding, and it never ends, and right? I mean, it's,
Yeah, when
It is a thing.
when you grind, your family grinds with you.
Yes.
And the problem is
Yeah.
you grind too much, it'll kill you.
yes,
It will.
exactly.
It will.
Yeah,
You know,
finding that balance.
that
but
line
there
You know
is
what
no balance.
really is bad though is that you die before you die.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
You don't
That's
really live.
that's
You're
the
right.
horrible space.
Go
of
deeper
it.
on that. That's good.
Yeah, because you know a lot of people are breathing, not a lot of people are living, and there's a difference. So you've
Yeah.
died to your relationships. You've died to the things that really matter most in your life. You're not showing up. You're not present. You've died to those things, and even though you're still physically living,
Yeah.
right? That's miserable for everyone.
It is miserable for everyone. And they don't realize that they're not showing up as their true authentic self. They're putting the mask on, the face, the best face forward,
yeah.
and they create these masks, and everyone knows they're wearing a mask. They can tell it's not the real person.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, there's some challenges under to this entrepreneur stuff. I mean, yeah. What's the biggest challenge you guys are experiencing right now, Brad and Ben?
Growth of certain areas. Mainly because me and Ben don't have communication as often as we should. But once that gets rolling, I guarantee our growth will be exponential. And yeah, I'm looking to expand.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say that plus trusting employees to a certain extent. Like we have, it's true, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing for everybody. You start
Yeah.
out as you're by yourself, but then you got to trust someone else to take that over. And it's true, right? By yourself. Most times, a great job of 70% of what you offer, typically, right? So I think trusting employees is another aspect, but we have a great group. We've had people with us. Dylan's been 6 years since I bought a Ameridry.
Wow.
Brad's been since 2010.
15, yeah.
I mean, no one's been with us less than at least a year, up to over 6 to maybe more.
That
Yeah.
says a lot.
Yeah.
So we got a good group. It's just finding the new additions that can gel.
That
Yeah.
can help with that growth.
Yes.
and,
Right.
Yeah, the scale that you guys are trying to be involved in right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think work ethic is also some of it too.
Well,
to
look,
be
you guys
honest
came in with those strong work ethics.
Yeah, exactly. So
It is tough. Sometimes, though, we have to kind of set aside expectations.
right.
Right? To some, and that's tough. Because I saw you go through that,
Yes.
right? Because you have an incredible work ethic as well. And then we have a new generation of humans.
We do.
We just do.
Yep.
It is.
It's a trip. But
It
yeah.
is a trip. There's some,
Right.
and sometimes they're not going to be able to be a fit for where our movement needs to be. And the best thing we can do is allow them to move on.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
We got to know. We got to be quick to let go and slow to hire.
Yep.
Not just have
Right?
a warm body.
Yeah. You just got to help someone again. All right? Yeah, do more damage to your company than.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Turns into more of a headache.
You found that out.
Yeah, you did.
They'll go after. They'll damage your reputation
Reputation.
in
Oh,
the
my
city.
God.
When you have high standards and they don't want to meet those standards
Right.
because, well, I want to get home sooner so I can go play more Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, or go home and smoke some weed. You know, I'm seriously. That's what we're dealing with our workforce.
Yeah.
And you know,
It's
you
true.
try to inspire as much as you can,
can.
and they just come from a completely different frame of reference
Yes.
than how we were raised.
Right.
And you don't think when you get in business that you're going to have to become a social worker, and you end up becoming a lot of your stuff is like why do I know this much about you? I shouldn't, you know, I
wanna know
don't
this.
even want to know this.
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
But how are you going to really know how to navigate? Because this is live. There's no more command and control.
No.
People won't work under
Nope.
those conditions
They won't.
anymore. And for me, it's dying a slow death, but I think it needs to die. Right?
Yeah.
We need a different culture in business to be
Yes.
able to ingratiate the people that we need to move forward in a really good way.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a challenge for all of us.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
there's some positives
Yeah.
in today's generation too.
Absolutely.
But some people didn't like
Yeah.
you guys. You had amazing entrepreneurial parents. You saw them
The
working
work.
so hard, and then you started in the workforce. And for me too, my dad. Now, granted, I for many years didn't forgive him because he was a workaholic, but I can hustle and work very, very hard because of him. I saw the model, but I also know where to draw the line. Like, because I knew what broke my heart as a little girl not seeing daddy. And I appreciate you saying that. You want to see your family too.
Right.
So it's doing both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big time.
It is. It is. And for you, my man, just because you're single, people can't take advantage of that either. It's the right?
Yes,
This is the lines that you're trying to navigate in business very often for all these things, and being brothers and et cetera creates a whole different dynamic. Let me ask you this question, Ben. Robert Frost said this long ago, and I think it's one of the great quotes in humanity. He said, I should be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. What is your road less traveled?
That's a good one. You know, I don't know if I know that answer right now, to be honest. Shoot. I don't think I have a specific, I don't know.
You don't know
You
yet?
got me. I don't know.
Okay.
You got me right
Do you
now.
know yours?
A road less traveled?
Yeah. What's your road less traveled? Not something to steal longer, right?
I gave him what I was thinking.
CSP thing.
Yeah.
No.
You know, in total transparency, I work with these guys. Yeah, so just to make sure that we all know, that there's a connection here, right? Yeah. I think I know where your road less traveled is. But I'm not going to say it in
Okay,
the
good.
open here, right? So, right?
Sounds good.
That's more of a private conversation, I believe. But yeah.
But I will say,
Say.
you identifying that you were not that student and that you actually were an entrepreneur and you searched and that came upon you, and now here you are, a very successful business owner.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
a road less traveled. A
that
lot
is
of
true.
people don't have the guts
Absolutely.
to be self-employed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learned a
For
lot.
17 years.
Yes.
my
17
brother.
years.
Exactly.
That's almost half your life.
Exactly. Almost.
My son's been in business for 18 years now, and he'll be 43 this year. So you're still in your 30s, right?
How did you meet your wife?
Mutual friends, parents. I guess our parents' friends were neighbors, and we met at a wedding because they wanted to hook us up together. So it was
Aww.
really cute. She went to Air Academy, and we went to St. Mary's High School. And once we met that night, my mom told her, she's like, "I'll be the best in-law you've ever had."
Oh,
Oh
my!
my gosh. It didn't freak her out?
It did
How old was she at
It
the
freaked
time?
her out a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But yeah, just a little bit.
Were you guys
It was
still in high
arranged
school?
marriage.
No, it was after. I think it was like 22.
Okay,
So we've been together
yeah.
14 years.
Wow.
14 years,
You've been married for 14 years?
yeah. Together.
Together for 14 years.
We'll be married 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome.
She is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, you did well, homie.
I did.
The rock
Look at the grin. He's like, oh yeah.
Well,
Darn right I did well.
He's owning
oh,
it.
boy.
As you should.
You should own
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what you got going on right now, dude? You are like,
Trailblazer.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're the man.
Yeah,
So
he is.
what's up with you?
Well, I'm learning how to relax,
Oh,
which is nice. Learning how to rest, which is good.
You still doing yoga?
No, I'm chasing goats and chickens.
Oh, no. You know there's goat yoga.
I'm not doing that. No, they're bad enough. They are bad enough. But no, my thing right now is just, continuing to build the company, making it as big and as awesome as we can, taking care of my people, getting ready to travel next year. I'm going to wait until after April 15th or so, and then I'm going to go to Israel.
oh,
Oh.
yeah.
So that'll be nice.
Can I go with you?
No.
Like to move? Or
Not, as far as I know, just to visit.
Okay.
I mean, my kids have both been there. My
Why you
daughter.
say no so fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Boundaries. No, you say.
Yeah, boundaries. But
You have fun with me in Israel, dude.
yeah, I'm sure we would have go chill out the Dead Sea or Tiberias or something. But I mean, both my kids have been.
Yeah.
And now it's time for us to go. So me and Hava will, go to Israel, and I know my daughter eventually. She would love to live there because she went.
How long was she there for?
Yeah.
Well, she went out first. She did a birthright trip, and she was there for 2 weeks. And then she went out at the beginning of this war. October 7th happened. She was there in November through the end of the year, and then she was only supposed to be there 2 weeks. She stayed 35 days and was volunteering, helping farmers bring in the produce because all the farmers went to war. Everything was going to rot on the vine, and that would kill their kill their farms and their economy. So she went over there with a whole bunch of other people, and they volunteered for the whole time they were there. Picking the fruit for the farmers, and then going and creating care boxes for refugees' families and stuff like that. So
She's got a big heart like you do.
yeah,
I love that.
and she's fearless. I mean, rockets are coming over. She's like, whatever.
Yeah.
She didn't care.
Wow.
She's awesome.
Yes.
So, but now it's finally mine and Hava's turn to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so heading out.
Yeah.
Your son's still working with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brandon's still managing the teams with me, and he's got his niche that he takes care of, and I do my stuff, and him and his wife are doing well.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome. Planet Duct, baby.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about. Planet Duct. Yeah, what are you guys looking forward to? We're halfway through the year now.
Yeah.
Today's June 30th.
Yep.
Tomorrow starts the second half of the year.
Already.
Yeah.
For me, it's just enjoying some time with the family, going to some concerts, having some time off, and then, like Brad said, more communication, I guess, and
Oh,
really
you just
grow.
heard that today?
It's over here,
First
but I
time.
got it.
Yeah.
On air live. There you go. You're welcome.
Put it out there.
Yes, exactly.
No, but I'd say, just enjoy a little bit more of life, the second half of the year, and keeping things going strong for the business.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, Marriage Drive. Just so people are clear, tell them the overarching things that a Marriage Drive does.
Yeah, so we do 24/7 water damage. We do mold remediation, mold testing, trauma cleanup, hoarder cleanup, And
You do hoarder cleanup?
we do some hoarder
All
cleanup.
levels?
All levels.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You probably have stories.
We got stories. We got stories.
Do you know Obi with
Videos.
Dump Store?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah. We also do a lot of work in confined spaces, so attics and crawl spaces. So, and then the one to finish it off is the sewage backup. We do a lot of sewage cleanup in this town, fortunately. So, but that's what we specialize in for AmeriDrive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in the works right now. We're gonna be probably implementing meth cleanup.
Oh, meth cleanup as well.
Yep.
Is that a big problem right now?
It's hard to find anybody to do it in this town, to
Right.
be honest. So from what I know, there's only 2 to 3 companies here in Colorado that do it.
Wow.
In Colorado.
In
Not
Colorado.
just the Springs.
And to find somebody to test for it's another issue as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's a need for sure.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tell us about creative.
Creative, we're looking to push Oriental rug and synthetic rugs. We just opened a rug shop last November, and so we can properly treat the rugs as needed with the wool safe product. And going forward, we have some things planned, but I'm not going to mention them until it's actually implemented. Right now, it's a big push for rugs around the city, and people just love hanging them on their wall. I thought they go on the floor. You know?
They're
But they do.
artwork.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
They really
They're
are.
beautiful.
Yes, you guys were
Rugs.
doing that before.
We did fine area rug cleaning. I mean, you get Iranian Jabriz rugs in, and I mean, yeah, it's very lucrative too.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
I gave you a few at the
yeah.
sometime.
Yeah, yeah,
ago.
we charge a lot
Yeah,
to
you
clean
can.
those,
You can.
and it was beautiful.
Right?
So,
Yeah,
but
it's worth it.
yeah, you want to keep your space clean, and yeah,
True.
yeah. So it's a very, very good business.
Yeah. Lisa, this is pretty cool that we got these 3 guys
I
in
know.
the room at the same time.
All at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
It's serendipity, to be honest. Yes.
You know you're special. We make another seat for you.
Yes, because we have not done that for anyone.
Indeed.
Come with a 2-pack.
Yes, exactly. We understood that when you walked in.
Well, you got questions for them, don't you?
Yes, so Ben, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
I would like you, as you know, we're all about infusing hope and encouragement to the world. So I'd like you to take a moment and look at that camera and encourage the world, and then let them know how to reach you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd say encourage her. Just try to stay positive and keep yourself motivated all the time if possible. I know for me, I watch YouTube all the time to stay motivated, stay positive. It helps me keep on the grind when things seem like they're going down. So always try to keep lifting yourself up. And the best way to get a hold of me is, I guess, email would probably be the best way. ben.crvtcarpetcare@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Probably
Thank
the best
you so
way.
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing?
Oh, I would say don't be shy. Get out and help within the community, because going with the generation going forward, I think if people during our age group can implement that and show them the way, I think our community would be a much better place. And I think if we can get out there and do that, we can encourage others to do that. So, best way to get a hold of me for carpet cleaning would be 719-641-8600.
8600.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Nice.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you're an entrepreneur in Colorado Springs, I mean, keep it positive. Don't be afraid to reach out if you need help, especially, keeping your mental health strong. And if you're struggling with something, reach out and get the help you need, because if you allow yourself to fall apart, your business is going to fail, your marriage is going to fail, and you're doing this for a reason, and that's because you love your family. But if you're hurting them and you don't even know it, get help. And then in business, you can either be right or you can be rich. So be rich.
I think I'll take Rich.
Yeah.
Can I have Rich for 100, Joe? How do they reach out to you, my friend?
Easiest way is office@planetduct.com.
Office at planetduct.com.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. That was so much fun.
Yes, it was.
That was
Thank
more
you,
fun than
Dad.
you should be allowed to have.
Yes.
That's true.
And you're welcome. Yes.
We appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
Really appreciate it.
Right on. Ben and Brad Stratman and the illustrious Brandon Kirk here today on the Be Encouraged show number 1, Liz.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on the show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
and growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make Engerald a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make Engerald a more hopeful and connected place, one story.
Welcome back to the Be Encouraged show. I am Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And we are so incredibly glad to have you with us on Monday. I'm motivated to do this. Are you motivated?
Yes, fourth show in of the day.
Oh,
this is
yes.
amazing.
Yeah, 4 shows, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
get to eat after this. I'm more excited about that.
Yeah. Not that we're rushing you guys.
Yeah, we're not rushing you at all.
Hey guys, today's show is sponsored by Crescio, who helps construction companies develop AI agents to reduce schedule slippage, automate operations, and increase margins. You can visit them at crescio.com to learn more, and we've provided some flyers for you guys, so make sure you take those with you as well.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, now it's my favorite time to introduce the guests. Thank you, Uriah. I know it was a minute getting on schedule, so I appreciate you being very diligent on getting on.
No, you guys are amazing to work with. It's been fun to get this process going. So.
Yes, and fellow chamber member.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
we hang out with my man a lot.
We do a lot now. Yes.
Yeah.
We've had the pleasure of being new Colorado Springs chamber members this year, and I gotta say, that chamber is thriving.
It really is.
Yes, this is the year for them.
Yeah, I was on 5 years before. I was an ambassador, so. But
I remember back then when you were doing that. Yeah.
Was not a lot happening back in the day.
Not
but
like
it's
this
different.
year. It's amazing.
I think their latest after hours had over 200 attendees.
Yes.
It was pretty wild.
Yes.
To see everybody out there.
At the Olympic and Paralympic Center. Yeah, it was incredible.
It's very easy to see you.
Yes. I can't miss you. How tall are you again?
Which is funny.
You're like 6'8"?
6'7".
Just 6'7".
It's just 6'7", and I'm like 5'1.5", so I get a really sore neck when I'm talking to you. I gotta like back up and talk to you.
People think they walk in front of our conversation because we're 10 feet apart.
Exactly. I'm like, Uriah, can you hear me? I'm here, bud.
Good stuff.
All right, so our panel host today is Mr. Uriah Kimmig. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As Director of Business Development at Icon Instruction.
Construction. You said instruction.
I said construction. Did I say instruction? Oh, I'm so sorry. I told you I'm hungry. Joshua, you got to start feeding us on the show. Okay. Uriah is passionate about driving growth and forming strategic partnerships in the commercial construction industry, with a focus on innovation, collaboration, and client-focused solutions. Uriah is dedicated to building a culture of excellence and exploring new opportunities with industry professionals.
Well, that sounded good. That was a great intro, Lisa.
It's Uriah. Let's go.
Uriah Kimmig. Yeah, what we would expect nothing less.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. And Greg Collier is here as well. Greg is the president and co-founder of Icon Construction Colorado, bringing over 32 years of industry experience. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he started when he was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a hands-on leader who drives excellence through integrity, vision, and a deep commitment to quality. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So, Lisa, I tell you, we got construction guys on the scene.
Yes, we do.
Right?
I'm kind of been manned out today.
You have been manned
But
out.
I can hand my own. I'm good. If I could talk right. Get my sentences together.
Yeah, John, she's manned out.
I am
All right.
manned
She's
out.
useless today. Greg, tell us, give us a little bit of a background about who is this great Greg Collier?
Yeah.
Well, I went up to Colorado State University and started as an art major and realized I wasn't going to pay the bills and moved into the construction management and
How
entered
did you
in.
do that though? How did you fall? Did you know someone in the construction industry?
No, well, I was going to go from art to architecture and become an architect. And somebody said, hey, you need to check out this program at Colorado State up in Fort Collins. I did, and I really liked it. And so anyway, got my degree there, worked locally in Fort Collins for a couple of years, and then moved to a bigger company down in Denver and worked there for 20 years. And I've done all kinds of different commercial projects, whether it's medical or educational, higher education, unique projects. And so, the last few years of my career, my former company, we started kind of like a federal and military services because we were, I was overseeing the office locally here. And we got into the federal government work and we had an 8A set aside mentor protege, and that was coming to an end. And so it was just good timing for my partner, Don. Don Johnson also owns a company with me. He was my number one field guy in my last company, and so he and I decided to break out on our own, and you know, I feel like we did it the right way. We started from scratch. We were used to doing $30 and $40 million projects. Our first project was $1 million and, you know, $1.5 million, and we got another one. And so our first year we just started small, and you know, our first year revenue was about probably $500,000 in revenue, and this year we're going to do about $45 million in revenue.
Wow,
Pump it up.
Yeah.
So
Congratulations, that's incredible. How many years later again?
it's 10 years.
Woo,
10
that's
years.
amazing.
Yeah. So
How did
it's
you two
grown.
meet?
I went on an app and answered a job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
wasn't that exciting, right?
Yeah, you're like, oh, calm down.
Yeah.
Well, you lucked out getting Uriah.
Absolutely.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
we've been super happy with Uriah.
Yes. Well, he's killing it out in community,
Yeah,
building
they love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
No, he's
Yeah.
great.
Well, I would like to ask Lisa if we'll get to you, but you intrigue me. So, okay, from art to construction management, was there a true love for art somewhere in the mix here?
Yeah, there's still, I mean, I think, you know, one of the things that I really like, I guess a ability I have is I can just visualize really well. And I think that, you know, that helps a lot of our clients, you know, and I can really collaborate with an architect to say, hey, I really think that we should do this in this area. And we can collaborate, and then being on the general contractor side, I can say, okay, now if we do this, we want to do it this way to save money and try and still bring our projects in budget. And,
Nice.
And so, you know, I do still enjoy art, you know.
What kind of art? Are you a painter?
Well, I was more like chalk and
Nice.
that type of stuff. It wasn't concrete chalk, it was more pastel,
Yeah.
you know, type stuff. But I do enjoy painting, and, you know, it's fun to come down to the Springs, you know,
Where do you live?
downtown. We live in Black Forest.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You're
So
close to me.
Yeah, so
like Black
we'll
Forest
come
and
down on
research.
that first Friday and go to the art studios.
First
Oh,
walk,
nice.
first art walk?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Well, we love the creative space.
Yeah.
And my husband and I, he's a dance instructor, and we have a dance studio. We built our home during COVID.
Okay.
So all the dance studios closed in town. So
Yeah.
we decided to build our own little dance studio downstairs near you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to learn how to dance with your bride,
I probably need
just
to learn.
saying, you probably made that promise.
Yeah.
We can help
Probably need
you in
to
that
learn.
category.
Yeah.
Keep the love alive.
Yeah.
My love and my wife are alive. We ain't dancing.
Well, you dance with her in the kitchen, don't you?
Not recently.
Oh, you can. I dare you to do that tonight. Put on one of your favorite songs and just hold her and rock. It's sweet. It's romantic. Women love that stuff.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
eat it
Uriah,
up.
how are you?
I'm well.
Can we get her off that?
I'm just balancing
soapbox, she
the
done dug up.
testosterone in the room.
I was just wondering if I'd fit in the dance studio. It's just you said you lived in the basement, so.
Oh, well, yeah, you would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know, right?
Good to know.
Which side of town are you on?
I'm up on the northeast side of town as
Oh,
well.
yeah, okay.
Not too far from you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So give our, there's probably only 8 people in community that don't know you now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of, when you're 6'7", you got an automatic brand.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
Whether you like it or not.
Yes.
And you think about basketball because, you're a
Yeah.
tall guy. And we just had a guy from Vanguard High School here in Colorado Springs get drafted in the first round of the NBA draft.
Oh, that's
Wow,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're so proud of him. I know his dad very well.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Clifford. His name is Nick Clifford.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Good for
the
him.
24th pick. So
Yeah. I'm a baseball guy.
You a baseball guy?
I mean, I've gotten that all my life that I should have played basketball or, you know, did you play basketball or?
There's a lot of
there?
6'8" pitchers these days. So
There are.
there are. Yeah.
It's wild. My oldest son is just 16. He's closing in on 6'6", and so he's not done growing yet. And
Wow.
he's a pitcher, and I was watching him pitch this past weekend. I was like, man, just need to get some weight on your bones, and then we'll
Yeah.
be good.
Tell him to eat more.
That's right.
Yeah.
My
That's right.
grandson was pitching, so yeah, he's got about a 40. He's 10.
That's awesome.
45-mile-per-hour fastball. Right
Bringing
now.
it in.
So, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
he's rocking. Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
give our fans a little bit about who you are. Tell us about Uriah, because your name and your stature are both unusual.
How deep do we want to go, Frank? Because you and I have had coffee before. And we've
Yes,
had a
we
good,
have.
really
Is
good
that
conversation.
Hebrew?
It's an Old Testament Bible name,
Yeah,
for sure.
right.
I come from a big family. I'm the second oldest of 10 kids, and
I'm the second oldest of 15.
there you go.
Yes. So yeah.
One upper always. I grew up in Florida. I'm a Florida native. Been out here almost 4 years now, and but all of my siblings, we pretty much all have Bible names. My family's very Christian growing up.
Do you have an Esther in there?
Clara Esther. My youngest
okay.
sister is Clara Esther.
My
so-
oldest is Esther.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, I mean, as far as namesake goes, that's where it's from on that front. But no, I've spent almost 8.5 years in public safety, as well as over a decade of sales experience as well. I would still be probably a firefighter EMT back in Florida. I loved that job, and got in an auto accident off duty. Messed up my neck and my back, and I've been able to live like everyday life pretty regularly, really well. But it's just those dynamic situations that happen when you're in full gear in the fire service.
Yeah.
And I moved out here originally because I wanted to be back in public safety, and so I actually served a 1.5 years with Colorado Springs Police Department, but put me in gear, shoved me in a Dodge Charger for 10 hours a day, and my neck and my back were acting up again.
Oh,
so I was
yeah,
like,
I bet.
I'm not going to make it 20 years doing this.
Yeah.
I think. So, but no, I was proud to serve, you know, with our both fire, EMS, and then law enforcement side.
Thank you
I
for
always
that.
got the jokes on both sides since I did both.
Yes.
So it's like sit at lineup, and I'd have a donut in front of me at lineup for like you're one of the fire side guys, but it was a really great experience. And for me, at the end of the day, everything we do, especially in my role now, is about people, and it's about solving problems, figuring out what the problem is, and figuring out if we're the best solution to solve it. So I've always approached sales and business development that way, and just getting to know people. And that's what I love about the chamber, and I love about our community. It's a really big but very small community
Yes.
overall, and so getting in to meet the people and see how we can be of help on that front, you know. And it's whether it's just an introduction, whether it's hey, you need to be aligned over here. It's what I show up every day and really enjoy doing. So.
Yeah. Well, it's so good getting to meet you out in community, my friend.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, you only been with Icon what?
Since January.
Since January.
Yeah.
Tell me about the transition, because this seems a little outside of your normal sphere, right? So, how's that transition been for you?
It's been really good. When I left CSPD in February of 23, it took a little while to kind of reestablish a professional network. I didn't have that out here. I was a Florida native. I lived 38 years there, and so I did some sales work, and for me, business development was really where I wanted to be, because it's that longer term. It's the relationships. It's learning what's coming in the community, providing value on that front. So when Greg and I originally sat down, it was kind of that was the vision I was trying to cast is, hey, you point me in the right direction, and I'll go out there and I'll build us those relationships, find us where the next project's going to be, and how do we best serve that part of the community. So
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so this guy right here, do you have an architect on staff?
We don't. No,
You don't?
we partner with local architects.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Does that ever become kind of because you have this vision, because your background, being able to see stuff.
Well,
Does
so what
that ever become a fight?
it does.
Yeah.
The architect's really going to start the vision,
Right.
right? I just kind of complement the vision, and we've had the opportunity to work with some of the better architects in town, and And we've done a lot of design build work where, you know, the architect actually is below me contractually, but it's a collaboration no matter what. And so we're trying to solve a problem like what Uriah is saying, whether it's, you know, kids at a school have to bundle up and walk across the street to the cafeteria. Cafeteria is undersized, so they're starting, you know, lunch period at 10:30 and it goes to like 1:30 just to cycle the kids through. To solve a challenge like that and put a more secure cafeteria on a site that's what it's, you know, solving those types of problems are really what it's about for me. So, and then when we get into the architectural stuff, I feel like I am creative enough in that to where I can add my 2 cents, and so that's what's fun for me.
So is your wife from Colorado?
She is, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're a native, born and raised?
Yep, born and raised.
So we'll get your autograph before you leave.
Yeah.
So,
Been in Colorado Springs since 2003, but before that was, you know, I grew up outside of Denver and then went to Fort Collins and
Right on.
never lived out of the state. Neither is my wife. So.
Do you guys like hiking and?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah.
Right on.
So-
We do too. What's your favorite trail?
You know, I don't know that I have a favorite trail. Every year, you see, so she grew up north of Boulder.
Yeah.
In Niwot, and so
Niwot.
so her family and their friends like to come down to Mueller every year. So Mueller is our annual camp trip. So that's coming up in a few weeks actually. So we love to hike the crags. We love Raspberry Mountain. We love like Pancake Rock and
Yeah.
so those types
That all
of hikes.
makes me more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we like those hikes. But then,
You get no more questions. I'm already starving.
I mean, Uriah and I were
Talk
just,
about working out, man.
Uriah and I were just looking out your window to pull up a rock, and so we fight that. And,
Nice. Yeah.
you know, up around Greenland, and so.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
30. I think it'll be 31 years this year.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Any
you.
kids?
Yeah, we have one. He's 25.
Right on.
One.
So yeah, he lives. up in
Babies are
Denver.
like Lay's potato chips.
Yeah, we tried for more, but
But you got your
God,
one.
yeah. God gave us our gift.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah, God gave you what he gave you. Right?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Right.
What church do you go to?
We're at St. Peter's up in Monument.
Oh yeah, that's a nice
Yeah.
church. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Very cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, we got more personal.
Yes, sorry, it's just me. I like to get to know people.
Yeah.
We do that.
I
yeah.
do.
Right. Yeah. Why not? Right.
Exactly.
So, yeah, kind of our show, right? So, no. And this community, you spelled it out, man, because this community really cares about whom people are as humans.
Yes.
It really is the most relational, one of the biggest relational business communities in America. It really is, and it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right, and it really creates movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you see happening there, my man? You got 5 boys, is that right?
No, I have a daughter and then 4 boys.
Daughter,
one girl
your
and
daughter's the
Oh,
oldest.
poor
She is.
girl.
Yeah.
Is
Which
she
I just found out.
handling-
I was telling him. I just found out yesterday that she's got accepted to the nursing program at Pikes Peak State. So
Oh,
goal for the last couple of
congratulations,
years. Yeah.
young Kimmig.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She's super excited. She's going to be doing really well there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then 4 boys, so 4 crazy boys. So
Yeah.
Great.
But I mean, they're awesome, and
Yeah.
they only fight a little bit. So it's, I mean,
Boys just punch each other and they're over it. They're not like girls. Girls are
Yeah.
drama.
They hold it.
yeah.
My daughters are still holding it. This many years later,
Yeah.
they did. My 2 daughters struggled. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're 38 and 40. You know.
I think I'm very fortunate. My daughter is the oldest. I think her being the oldest and then 4 boys in a row, she kind of is. She just runs them around and
Oh, I bet.
really takes care of them. And
Yeah.
they really love her and look up to her in a lot of ways, but they give her a hard time too.
Of
so,
course.
you know what I mean? But
That's their job.
It's a quality set of relationships they got going on. So
We should add, this guy's a great dad.
Yeah.
I've never been with him where he didn't bring up his kids.
Yes.
I mean, you can just tell that intuitively.
Yeah.
People that are really part of the process to their babies.
So
right?
great.
Yeah. So thanks for being a great dad.
I appreciate it.
Do you homeschool them?
They were homeschooled earlier, back when we lived in Florida.
Yeah.
They go to a local charter academy now.
Oh, nice.
And really enjoy that. Great friendships, really good community, and the sports. I mean, sports are big for my boys and stuff. So
Yeah.
Right on.
they've really enjoyed the sports where they're at.
So, how are they still in middle school, or how young are they?
So yeah, my boys are 16, 15, 12, and just turned 11.
Okay.
So
Are they at the prep or Monument
classical academy.
Classical Academy? Oh, gotcha.
Classical.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
smart.
High
Good
marks.
baseball program
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yes, they
yeah.
do.
We got one playing basketball there. And
Nice.
So he hasn't hit his growth spurt yet. It'll be coming soon. So he'll be up there too. So,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you call your business icon?
That's a good question. So,
I do like the logo, by the way. It's sharp.
thanks. Yeah. When we started, I actually hired a company out of California, and they were called Namella, and spent a couple $100, and they came back with all these names, and Donna and I looked at it, and we thought they were all awful, and I went on to Google, and I tried to do an anagram with, like quality construction and safety and customer focus, and it came back with like 500 names. And for whatever reason, we saw icon and we thought, okay, iconic people, iconic construction. There's two of us, so these are guys.
Yeah.
So there's
Love
a head
it.
and a body and a head and a body. So that's how it's two eyes at the beginning of icon. So that's how we came up with it.
I like
And worked with a firm on the logo, and
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
all
the
of that
diamond
stuff.
mean? Is that a diamond?
we just thought it was cool. It came back.
It really
It
is.
came back, and we were like, "Hey, we like that," and so we kept it.
Yeah, it's
So-
really sharp. I geek out on
So,
marketing stuff. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Icon. Boy, that's quite a name to live up to.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, we try to every day. So,
Yeah.
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 So,
Well, you're still in the game.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
Yeah. Doing wonderful. Hey guys. Yeah. Did you have a dude in this position or a person in this position?
So, Uriah is like taking us to the next level for sure. There's no doubt. Before that, I mean, for the first 7-8 years, we've been, Don, my business partner, has been in Colorado Springs forever. He grew up in Whitefield, went to high school there, and he's worked for some very large firms, and so we hired him at my last firm. And I think we've just had enough relationships that we were fortunate enough for work to come to us. And so that's what helped us grow, initially. And we've got a lot of great architectural relationships. So that's definitely helped. It's just getting to the point where, you get to a certain size, and, I always think it's funny, when I was at my last organization, I had probably 20 people that reported to me, and I could delegate, and I was a great delegator. And then you leave and you start your company, and there's 2 of you, then there's 4 of you, and then there's 8 of you. And as you grow, the delegation becomes harder and harder to get away from. And so I was holding on to a lot of stuff. So to have somebody like Uriah on our staff now is just like, there's so much more that I can focus on to improve our company and how we do what we do. And
Oh, good.
and so he's taken a huge load off of me. So it's been great.
Uriah, killing it.
The first this year has been an interesting, because I came in January, but we also brought in our special projects division in January as well.
Yeah.
And then Greg and I have been onboarding a new CRM and opportunity management system. And so it's been a hectic first 5 months of the year for us. And then, the first half of the year on that front. But it's been exciting, and exciting growth, I think, as a company.
What is that, the special projects?
So special projects for us is like projects that are 5 million and under.
Okay.
And then, you know, our large projects are 5 million and over. So, you know, when we first did our you know, our business plan, Don and I, well, the reason why we left our last company is we kind of had our Jerry Maguire moment, right? You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So he's with a big firm and then he has one client. And, you know, the company that I was with decided that they wanted to be, you know, become a lot bigger. And so we really wanted to get back to like customer focus, really just focusing on a few customers. So we had a bunch of pie graphs of, you know, if we do a 5 million, a 5 million, and a 10 million, we can handle that. So that's kind of how we modeled our company. And it was, you know, doing bigger projects, fewer of them, focusing more. Then COVID hit, and at that time we were going to do a performing arts center for Fountain Valley School, and it was a big job, and they were going to have to fundraise for it and everything. But then COVID hit, and their enrollment dropped, and the project got canceled. So we went out to the bid market, and we just got a lot of $1 to $2 million jobs. Well, quickly realized we weren't staffed for that very well. So we pushed our pendulum back to what we're good at. And, you know, so even as of last fall, I hadn't planned on getting back into some of the smaller projects until we met our current director of special projects. His name's Kai Jorgensen, and he just came across really well. And so we opened it back up, and he's doing a great job. And special projects really allows us to get in with a lot of clients at a, you know, lower dollar value so that they can see who we are.
Yeah.
And then when they have a bigger opportunity, you know, it becomes a more natural.
Yeah.
And then when we're in between projects, bigger projects with certain clients, to be able to still service that client. And, you know, the perfect example right now is we did all of Fremont School District's bond. Their 2022 bond, it started out at 25 million in total projects, ended up at 30 million, but our special projects group was able to come in and build a baseball field. And right now we're replacing windows at the elementary school. So so those types of things are really important to what we do.
Yeah, it just really expanded our ability to really solve those problems for just every client that we come across on that front.
Exactly.
And to, you know, to really have a way to, you know, coordinate back and forth on those different size of projects there. And I think Kai's been doing a great job on that front. He came
My grandson is Kai.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
When he just finished Mines.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Going, guys, how do you don't hear that name very
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So that's been fun to ramp up as well, which gives me I think I can be very strategic, but it's super fun to go chase projects that are for special and then also large projects, you know, so it keeps me very busy on that front. But it's also one where I don't feel like, oh, cool, we don't ever do that, so I don't have to worry about it. There, I can actually have all those conversations on
Exactly.
Yeah.
With everyone you come across, truly. in the
I thought
commercial.
one of the problems was the resourcing for those before. That's the reason you didn't want to do that. And so how do you keep them resourced?
It's interesting, you know. It becomes a mental thing. So like if you're really good at projects of a certain size, it's really hard to drop down into another. So at that time, you're right. I didn't have the right resources, but by bringing Kai in, his background is doing a lot of projects in that range, and so he just has a different capacity for projects, and so he's going to be building his own team under him. And then from a training perspective for us as a company, we can hire somebody out of college and we can grow them up through special projects into larger projects. Some people that are getting towards the end of their career aren't wanting to do the bigger projects anymore. They just want to, but they still want to build.
Right.
So then they come back and do special projects. And a perfect example of that is we're doing a project for the city of Manitou with the
Dillon Mobility Hub.
Yeah, and Jim Rankin, who's been one of our best superintendents, you know, he is loving that project, and it's just a perfect fit for him, and the client loves him, and that's what we want. So.
That's awesome. So the whole career pathing, so you partner with the local colleges, universities?
So we're working a lot with high schools right now.
Okay.
And
Very good.
we do go out to like CSU Pueblo. They've got a construction management program. I would like to hire more regionally, instead of trying to pull people from different states. We have in the past gone, my son went for a little while to South Dakota School of Mines. We did some recruiting there. We've done some recruiting out of Denver. CSU Pueblo, though, has a really great program. And so if people want to stay local, you can still live in Pueblo and work for us, or you can come up to the Springs or, whatever. And we just offer a good variety of projects. They're not the mega projects where you're on them for 2 or 3 years, but you're only doing one little thing of that big project.
Right.
You really get an opportunity to see a lot of things in a shorter period of time. So it is a good thing for us.
It is. Wow.
Yeah, on that point, I'll give a plug to Careers in Construction Colorado. We built down in Fremont, one of the parts of that project for the Fremont School was their new CTE building. So where they teach high school students how to weld and do carpentry and some drafting and all that. So I first got connected down there to go in and talk to those class groups just about what it looks like, not only in the trades, but then also into a commercial construction company like ours. And from there, I got connected in here locally. And I would just challenge anybody that's in the trades out there, anybody that with construction, that's in the construction fields, go in and be connected into the high schools here locally. Talk to those students, cast vision for them, give them the ability to see, what life is like past high school, or even what they could get started in, their junior and senior years of high school. As we feel it in the construction trades, the huge lack and dearth there is of students or people coming into the workforce.
Yes.
I'm probably misremembering the statistic, but it was like over the last 10 years, the age of the actual construction worker aged by 10 years. So it used to be 40, it's now closer to 50.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's just people entering that workforce, and I don't know all the different things affecting it, but I know that we can make a change locally, and Careers in Construction is doing a really great job of that. And so I've had a really good time at a couple of high schools locally this past semester, going out speaking to their class groups, and they're very engaging. They loved what they do, and not all of them are going to go into the trades. I met one that's taking the class because they eventually want to be a nuclear engineer. It's like, cool.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking to you in a minute because you're way smarter than me already. But at the same time, there's all of those. If we grab even a percentage of those that stay here locally, it'll be a huge help to our industry. So.
Do you know Kilroy's workshop with Ron
I've not
Hardman?
been out there, but yeah, I love the work they do. I see a lot of it online.
Meet him. Yeah, he's incredible with what he's doing with the youth as well.
That's cool.
His give back's really great.
Yeah, that's so good, Lisa, because I think that's a natural tie-in
It is.
to what you're trying to get.
Yes.
Construction trades has been really mischaracterized in community. I tell you, some jobs are made to kids that think that they're higher or smarter or some of those type things. When trades, you're making much more money typically out of the gate.
Out the gate.
Right, right. And there's a lot of people that are designed for that. But they won't even explore it because of these misconceptions about trades in society.
And how much better to do it coming out of high school with where you're at in life and the responsibilities that you actually have at that time. You can go out there and work and learn from somebody. I always, when I'm giving those presentations, I think, just be ready to be the gopher for the first 2 years. And I have to explain what a gopher actually is. The guy that's been on the job for 20 years, he's going to tell you to go for this and go for that. And until you learn exactly what he already needs and you bring it to him on those fronts. But we just played in the golf tournament on Friday for the El Paso County Contractors Association, and their organization is formed to give to those trade programs here locally. And I think, what was the number they said this past year was 42,000 that they gave to the local schools.
We need them on our show.
For grants.
How do we get them on our show?
I'll connect you.
All right, cool.
Yep,
Done.
we'll get you connected up. And it was awesome to see. And their new incoming president of their board, they want to double it this next year and try and give $84,000 to the local schools trade program.
Great.
Awesome.
And all of that is tools, it's equipment, that's different trainings that they can bring in. It's all sorts of stuff that really helps. So.
Yeah. I love
Exciting.
I love trades in my son's companies.
Yeah, that's
Been
awesome.
around for 18 years now. This year's his 18th year. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and he gets to go back to UNC every year and teach entrepreneurial class.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
yeah, his alma mater. So it was really awesome. I love Greg, how do we get the messages out about trades? How do we do a better job?
Well, I think I think some of the pendulum is changing. I mean, my son's 25, and when he was graduating high school, it was just a foregone conclusion that kids were going to college for something that they had no idea what they wanted to be or do. I think that the whole micro and dirty jobs and that whole movement has really helped, and the pendulum is swinging back. I mean, shop class was taken away, in the late 90s. Just the fact that we built a brand new building for Florence High School, state-of-the-art welding shop, state-of-the-art carpentry shop. You're starting to see that. District 20, District 11, we're working with Alice Prep right now. That's on their master plan right now, is to build a CTE. They have a small CTE program, carpentry program. So we are starting to see some of that come in. The problem, like Uriah said, is, in 2008, 2009, when that recession hit, a lot of people just left the industry.
They did.
We're just tired of the ups and downs, the cyclical nature of construction, and they just left, whether it was going to work for UPS or Walmart or going into a computer related field. They just got retrained, and so there's been a vacuum or a gap in people since then, and so we are starting to see more. I think high schools are really the gauge of, if you have that type of a program and you've got that shop teacher who really means a lot to you, you're going to probably be headed in a little bit different direction than you normally would have, and you would have gone to college for 3 or 4 years and realized that that's not for you and had this huge college debt, and now you're starting later where you could go to work for a contractor and get into an apprenticeship program, and in 4 years you're making what a lot of college graduates are making when they graduate, but they don't have any debt. And so it is a mind shift. I think that even with the current administration of trying to bring manufacturing jobs back, that if we can just build stuff here, and I think the construction field is always taken for granted.
Yes.
Everybody wants a new school. Everybody wants a new hospital. Everybody wants a new store. But if there aren't people there to build it, it's just hard to do, right? Yeah. And so, we are starting to see that pendulum move back, but it is going to take, probably another 10, 15 years before we can really replenish. Our superintendents, at Icon, are, later in their careers, and they're totally valued for all the expertise that they have, and they love mentoring the younger, group in our company, and it's great. If I were a 25-year-old and I had the opportunity to work with a 65-year-old, I would take that every day. Because they've seen and done just about everything. And so, but there is a gap.
Yes.
And so, we do see a lot of folks interested, who have worked in the Army, whether it's demolition or building roads or, that type of stuff, want to come in, and we embrace them too. So
that's awesome. Are you working with Mount Carmel with transitioning military service members?
Haven't worked with Mount Carmel specifically, but we have worked with the Pikes Peak Workforce Center and some of the other hiring fairs, and one of our project manager estimators, was in the Army for a long time, and he came to us, and then he left and went to another company and said, hey, I want to come back, and he's back, and he's just doing a great job.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
get a lot of leadership out of those.
Oh, yes,
folks.
yes.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he's Air Force, prior Air Force. I was a key spouse with the Air Force for 10 years as
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Their
that's
work
how a lot
ethic's
of us
amazing.
get here. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So municipalities, it seems as though you have a niche in that market,
Yeah,
or
actually.
did I hear that? Or
So I think our biggest niche, we've done a lot of federal government work.
Okay.
So like out of Fort Carson for the National Guard, we built the Space Battalion Readiness Center. Out at the airport, we work for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, USDA, on the Colorado Springs Air Tanker Base, where they fight forest fires. So the very large aircraft come in, get loaded, and then they're headed off to the forest fire. And that's a 5-state region. So this base here is really a key cog. But we've done work up at the Air Force Academy. So that, I would say the federal government is probably 30 to 40% of what we do.
30, 40, okay.
But the majority of what we're doing right now is education. So, we worked for Fountain Valley School of Colorado and did a lot of work for them, a lot of repeat projects for them, Atlas Prep. Like I said, we just did the Fremont bond. We did the entire bond. It was all design build. And that was a huge success. So education is a big component. But then, right now we're currently up at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo for the new giraffe project.
guys did that?
Congratulations. Uriah shared that with me.
Yeah.
I love that
And
zoo.
so that's their largest project that they've ever done.
Yeah.
And so that's an exciting project. Complicated, complex.
Oh, I bet.
But
Yeah.
But you're just the guy for it.
Yeah.
we are, it's funny, the older I get, it's not so much about the building that we build. It's about how we go about it. And, when you're looking at your employees and they're building a brand new building in the middle of a vacant lot, and it's a fairly straightforward building, they get bored. And so it's usually those complex additions and renovations, and because your mind's always working, and then you put the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo on top of that, and that's like on steroids,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Trying to build an exhibit on the side of a mountain,
Yeah.
and you've got they're the number 2 zoo in the country, and
Yes.
they're very well attended,
Oh,
and
yeah.
parking and logistics, and so our guys are
Let alone all the rain we've had.
challenged.
Oh, yeah. All
And-
the rain
and the
too.
weather.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Right as we're trying to pour,
Yeah.
32-foot tall walls, concrete
Yeah,
walls.
32-foot
Yeah.
tall concrete
Wow.
walls. So.
And giant boulders that
Yeah.
we uncover. So
Yeah.
it's
Splitting
been a
boulders.
wild ride. So
Yeah.
for
I
sure.
tell you, if you guys are any representation of what culture looks like at Icon, and you better be since you're president. Yeah, well, I think that Icon is being set apart culturally, business culture wise, that you are creating something that Carrie didn't like. You're creating something, or a business culture that really is transcending the different cohorts of ages and those type things as well. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I think culture is, such a big thing. And, we had our annual meeting last fall, and I just brought it up to everybody of, what does culture mean? And as a president, you want a good culture, but it doesn't necessarily come from you. It comes from everybody in the organization and how they want to interact with each other. And we're just very grateful right now that we have a really good group of employees that, teamwork is something that we all do. And I think that's improved our culture. So.
But it doesn't come from you, but it can't come without you.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's the
You
distinction,
couldn't fight it.
So.
Right?
Yes.
We do track it. I mean, we send out questionnaires and we get an NPS score, and so we just are updating our website. So it was really fun to this time, in the join our team page, I decided to put up 15 of the comments from employees that we got, and, you know, of what they like about working at Icon. And we are always looking for more people, better people, you know, people who really just want to have a passion for what we do. And we're not out to be the biggest, right? We just want to be here.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we do interpersonal workshops for corporations. I'll just
With
give you
that
that.
shameless plug.
Yes.
So, yeah. So keep us in mind. as
Yes.
you
Absolutely.
develop.
We love to do that.
Yeah.
We've got a great conference room space available for that. We'd love to have you guys by the office sometimes just to see it.
We would love to
Yes.
hear about
So we do
it. Yeah.
spotlight visits. You can go to our website on beencouraged.net to get us scheduled. It's
Cool.
always like on a Wednesday afternoon.
A
but-
whole nother process for me to go through.
yeah, it's easy.
The only thing you gotta do, Uriah, is feed us.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty
Yep,
cool.
take us to lunch
Yeah.
after.
There
But
you go.
I'll take pics, video clips, the whole thing, spotlighting everything
Yeah.
you guys
Awesome.
got
Yeah.
going
That'd
be
on.
great.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Great, yeah.
That'd be great.
We'd love to
Super
do
fun.
that with you
Yeah.
guys. They're amazing, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh my, you guys rock. It doesn't hurt that you got this handsome dude on there.
No.
You know what I mean? So we throw that in for free.
Well, you know what I say when I'm out there and people ask about, you know, they start asking technical questions about what we do as a construction company. I always just say I'm the pretty face, the guys with the brains on. And I always say it as a joke, so stop.
But I don't. Don't hurt, brother. You know what I mean? We use what we got.
Yes,
At least,
exactly.
yeah. So I work with her. Look at her.
Yes.
And look at me. So, you know, I gotta help some help.
I soften the edges.
Right. Oh, man, this is so fun. Lisa, ask them our question.
Yes. All right. So Uriah, since you're the panel host, I'm going to start with you. and
Okay.
then You're next. Be prepared. So as you know, our whole mission is to infuse hope and encouragement to the world. So I would like you to look at that camera there and
Okay.
encourage the world, and then let them know how to reach you.
Okay. That's easy. Thank you for that.
Piece of cake.
No, I think I say what I say when I do give presentations at the different schools is that, you know, I've walked in a lot of different career fields. I've gone through a whole lot. One of my younger brothers passed away last year, and life just continuously throws, you know, curveballs at you, and you have to pivot. And I think the best thing ever is that, you know, I'm always on the right side of the dirt every morning that I wake up, and you have the opportunity. We are the agents of change in this world. We're the highest creature out there. We're the one that bends nature to our will. We build these amazing buildings and these amazing cities and communities that we can all survive in and thrive in. And so just never stop trying, never stop finding what best fits you on those fronts, and you'll find your way in this world for sure.
Definitely. And how do they reach you, Uriah?
Oh, I don't know. Like, no, you can email me, you can call me, and I'm on LinkedIn as well. So
Uriah Kimmig.
Yep.
ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right.
Yep.
So I guess, you know, I'm trying in 30 seconds to try and think back across 32 years, but I guess, you know, it's more comes as advice of, you know, it's not necessarily what you do, it's more about the relationships you have in life. And friendships and family are the two most important things in life. So don't ever let what you do take over who you are. That would be my encouragement. I think, you know, over my 32 years, it's not the biggest project I've ever built. It's the project where, you know, everybody really came together and supported each other to get to a common goal, whether that was a schedule or a price or solving a problem. And at Icon, I think we excel at projects that mean more emotionally and, you know, than we ever do in just financial, you know, of what is it going to bring to us. So, you know, I'm at Icon Construction. You know, our website is Icon. It's iiconcc.com, and all of our contact information is on there. And I would just encourage people to check us out and give us an opportunity. And we love to be a part of a team. So we always say at Icon, we actually, have it as a registered trademark now that great teams build great projects. Yes. And so that's what we try and live up to every day.
That's right. And we know that practically because we're a great team.
Yes.
We throw that in for free,
Yeah.
right?
Love that.
Well, thank you guys for being a part of our show today.
Yeah.
It was
See,
really,
rock
really
that.
neat. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so before we wrap up, we would like to spotlight our sponsors once more. Westco Insurance. Ms. Karen Butcher loves helping people save and get the best service ever. You can contact her on our website at beencouraged.net. And also Planet Duct, Mr. Brandon Kirk. He was on our 11 a.m. show. Him and his team offer astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado.
Stronger than the vacuum of space. Indeed, they are. Yes. Don't forget also the Hive. And I love saying that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. My friend and also KO Photography as well. They are doing great work for us here on the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa. Visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months. And like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. And remember, if you want to join us internationally, just go to our website, select international via Instagram, and you can follow us from anywhere in the world. We're so glad to have you guys again.
Yes,
Thank you
You
so
guys are
much.
incredible.
Yeah.
Those are your bad ones.
And also, guys, remember, go to Amazon to pick up all 3 of Frank's books. He is phenomenal, and he is an amazing local business coach here.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just blushing. I know you
Yes.
can't tell. But
I'm his biggest fan in the world, so.
yes, indeed. And we need to also talk about the Resilience Revealed podcast that Lisa does as well.
Yes.
In community, she brings out resilience stories like no one else. Go to lisasennett.com to get scheduled for a show.
Yes.
And let her bring out the resilience in you.
Yes,
Indeed.
thank you for that, Frank.
You're very welcome. Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa every Monday, infusing hope and encouragement into community with organic conversations with incredible humans. You are